Hey, good afternoon, Outliers. Hey, Donna. Good to see you. Hello, everybody that was over on the live stream webinar that we just finished. I apologize for being late, but you know what you got to do in between meetings? I just had to go and do that. So give me a break. All right. I am behind schedule because of this, but that's okay. Give me a moment here. Let me know how your Friday has been. Hey, Jean-Louis. All right. Pop these guys off my list here. Hey, who was on the live stream that I just did with Mahesh? I thought that was cool. I was glad to be able to go through that. I appreciate everybody who had dropped questions in the special webinar section. That was great. And yeah, it should be ready to go. Let's do this thing. Okay, welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is how to trade in only 10 minutes a day. There it goes. And this is exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. Now, several of you have been asking for updated slides. I got you. I already done did it. I already done did it. Go over here to the how to trade in 10 minutes. And I just uploaded this PowerPoint at 7:48 a.m. today. So there you go. You got the same one I got right here. Now, I am a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using OVTLYR. But OVTLYR delivers new opportunities every single day. So let's take a look at this. The OVTLYR Trading Strategy always starts with the market. Hey, Randy, good to see you. Leo says, it was great to know the features of OVTLYR. Yeah, and great to hear from Mahesh, right? You always hear from me. It's great to hear from somebody else for once, right? Mahesh is a great dude. Mahesh and I go way back many, many years at this point. And dude, I'm telling you, like the first edition of OVTLYR, I could not use it. Legitimately, I mentioned this in the webinar. I didn't even understand, like where it was greens and reds, like in every other stock chart in the entire world. It was purples and yellows, and I'm like, what even is this? Why are there purples and yellows all over the chart? Well, we liked purple and yellow, and I'm like, but nobody uses purple and yellow. So a lot of the functionality has come directly from me saying, I want to use this, but I don't know how to use this. So it has improved so much, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'll put it that way. Watch channel, good to see you. All right, so back to this. So we want to see the SPY, 10 over the 20, price over the 50. We go to the SPY, and we have a 10, 20, 50, 10 EMA, 20 EMA, 50 EMA, all pointing north, right? I've said this 100 times by now. Don't fight the trend. So we won't be fighting the trend. We're going to go with the trend. Now, before we do anything, we need to look at the trades we have on today, take off the ones we need to take off, or keep on the ones we need to take on. We need to reduce risk. Reduce risk every single day. So let's take a look. We have 3 on G Diddy, which I mentioned in the Discord. One of my mentors, Mark, was talking about how he is also in G Diddy. I was like, how about that? Great minds think alike. He's in G Diddy and in Microsoft, 2 of which we covered this week on OVTLYR. So I thought that was pretty darn cool to see that from, personally, I feel like the world's greatest trader. Where are we at? Here we go. G Diddy. So we're going to look at G Diddy first. Now, my note on here was to sell into strength at G32 plus. So let's go to G Diddy. And zoom in. And current color is at G31. Now, why did I say G32 plus? It was 5 points higher from where I got in, where it was at G27. So that makes G32 plus. I don't have a reason to get out of this trade because it's not the 10 EMA broken, not the half ATR broken, and it's not closing below yesterday's low, right? Yesterday's low is right here. Now, oh, actually, yesterday's low, we need to move a little bit. 120.40. Wait, hold on. 119.26. I must have moved it or something. All right, there's yesterday's low. So it's not below that point. So planning for tomorrow, or I should say planning for Monday, let's move this up to the low of this candle here, which is 120.40. Now, if it closes right below here, that's guaranteed profits, right? From 119.45 to 120.40. Now, of course, it can go lower. We can't control that. It can absolutely go higher too. So G Diddy stays on. You let your winners run, cut your losers short. Let's go to the next trade. PFG. Now, yesterday, we talked about this. So this is going to be a loser. Okay. But it's okay because we have a plan. The real crux of this, the real bit that will separate the best from the rest is when you see this, do you follow your plan or do you get out? Or do you stay in? Or do you do nothing? Do you act like a deer in the headlights? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out. Why am I going to keep this on, right? It's looking like it's going to close below yesterday's low, right? In a really strong trend, you don't see closes below the prior day's low. That's a sign of a trend reversal, okay? Now, granted, the outlier data on this, PFG, the outlier data on this, it could go on for ages, right? I don't know, but I just know that I'm going to keep my risk in check. And because of that, I'm going to get out. I'm going to take a small loss. What is this, like 60 cents, maybe less? So I'm going to get out right here. So let me pull up the business account and the other screen. Oh, by the way, the saga of yesterday was some kind of noise, let me tell you. So to catch all up, yesterday, I went to put in trades in Coop and PFG, the two we're going to work on right now. And Tastyworks had set them for a close-only order. I'd seen that once before, one time ever. And I was like, why the F is this a close-only order? And many of you were on the stream when I was going through this. So I called them up on the phone. First, I talked to technical support. They said, okay, there's nothing wrong with your account. There's nothing wrong with your platform. This is a trade desk issue. So they transferred me over to the trade desk. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why is this an issue? What's going on? What's happening? And they said, well, there have been scammers that use these stocks. There's a list, and they didn't tell me how many stocks were on the list. And two of the names that I wanted to trade were on that list. And I'm like, what? Scammers? And I was like, just let me trade it. And they're like, yeah, all you have to do if that happens to you is call them up, say, I want to trade these stocks. And they'll be like, okay, we just need your verbal acknowledgement that you want to trade these stocks. And it's like, that's it. So I'm never going to have this issue again, right? And they said, nope, you're free to trade all of them at this point. I'm like, why was I ever blocked in the first place? So either way, annoying AF, I'll put it that way. But you know what's not annoying is that in the last couple of minutes, this has actually caught a bid. That's only 11 cents off. Look at that. So what we're going to do, just like we did yesterday, we're going to hang out. It's now within 10 cents. If this goes up, we'll keep it on. We'll swing back to PFG. Let's go to Coop. Randy says, I'm interested in how you analyze Coop after a small pullback. Randy, my plan was I will get out if it is below yesterday's low. A close below yesterday's low. I'm out, dude. I'm not out yet, but I'm about to be. This one is not like PFG, where it's like a handful of pennies off. This one is a full $1 below. I don't think it's going to make back $1 in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to get out of Coop for the sole purpose, close position, for the sole reason that it's below yesterday's low. Like I say, it could definitely continue on. It's just going to continue on without me. Now, we want to get a good fill on this. 460's mid price. I'm going to start at 460. Just see what happens. Now it's 435 mid price. All right, fine. I'll adjust it down. Replace 460. I'll go 425. Oh, I think it filled. Yes, filled at 425. Okay, I'm out of Coop at 425. My thinking too. Yeah, it could do whatever, but risk is risk. And we are looking to reduce risk every day, not take additional risk. So I'm out of Coop. Let me update my spreadsheet, and then I'll let you know exactly. 5. Today is 322. Negative 19.74%. Not the greatest, but I'm out. Let me reply to this. 322, closed Coop. It was the one, it was the 72.5 calls. For 5. Oh, hang on. I put that on the PFG. I'm sorry. Just 1 second here. I got out of Coop at 425. There we go. I have 24%. Blech. Okay. So out of Coop. Moving on. We don't care about that guy. PFG. The volume's coming in on this candle here. Hey, Bluefin traders, you know what? By all means, dude. If it's working for you, go for it. The volume's coming in here, pushing it down. I'm going to go ahead and get out of PFG too. But you know what that's going to do? That's going to free up capital. I don't want to hold things that aren't working. I want to get out. I want to move on. And I'm going to keep GDD on. That's working. And I'm going to take off the 2 that aren't working. Close PFG. $80 calls. See where I can get filled. $460's midpoint. I'm going to try 455. No, it's not getting filled at 455. Try 450. I'm out of PFG. Fill price 450. All right, 15% loss on that one. Blech. That's okay. Just wait. Just wait until you see a 300% gain. It's going to make up for all that and more. Just wait. No, 450. Sorry, I might get my numbers mixed up over here. Coop got out at 425 right there. PFG got out at 450. 15.01. Okay. Yorn's typing. Now, why? Why did I get out? Actually, let me do this. Do this. I've been wanting to do this, so I want to do this. Let me edit this, and I'm going to add Y. Right? Because it's like, oh, yeah, why'd you get out of that? That's why. Close below the prior day's low. And then you just move on. John Lee says he missed GDD. Would I get back in today? No. I'll tell you why I wouldn't. Because the move is starting to be made, which is awesome. But in all reality, on GDD, I believe Monday is probably going to be my exit point. Because if you look here, we're at 31, G31, and I want to get at G32, and I don't know how much of a gain it's going to make during that time. Oh yeah, for sure, Yorn. I got you, bro. You are welcome, my friend Yorn. Okay. So we're back to just G Diddy. Now let's move on. Next step, right? We reduce risk. Grab today's outlier data and do the filter for the greens. Okay. Overlay, uptrend. I'm going to copy these for today. There's a few. Put them in any old spreadsheet. Really doesn't matter. And then I'm going to drop in a trend spider in my long outlier list. You don't have to have trend spider. But if you want it, there's a discount code. Oh, I remember looking at this earlier. There was one. Is it this one? There was one that was like right inside an order block. Maybe it was that one. Come on now. Refresh. So this is running my scanner, and the scanner is just really simple. It's just making sure there's no order blocks in the way, there's no earnings the next 3 days, and the price is in the direction of the trend that we want to see. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why the order block showed on that one, but all the other ones are good. So we won't look at CTRE. So we're going to do this. And I'm going to type these in to the Variance Explorer. And we're going to do a quick back test. The back test is really simple. It's just how do they perform over and under the 10-day moving average? Now we're going to skip. So I'm typing these in. We're going to skip CTRE because it's in an order block, but the rest are good. Okay. Now we're going to run these. And like we did yesterday, we're going to sort. Oh, they're all almost all positive. That's fine. We're going to just start at the top. Hang on, let me take off SPY. That was the default. We're going to start at the top, work our way down, and we're going to look for liquidity here. Why am I starting at the top and not starting with the highest? Oh, did they sort it correctly finally? Maybe. Okay, we'll start here. SIMO. SIMO. If it has liquidity, then we'll go look at outlier. 166 on 460. 36%. I won't trade that. I want 250 plus open interest. 21 days expiration, 250 plus open interest, less than 50 cent bid ask spread, roughly 20% or less extrinsic value, generally around 80 delta. The 80 delta does not have enough liquidity. So we won't look at SIMO. ACM. Not enough liquidity right here. Liquidity is paramount. If you can't get out, you don't want to be getting in. Russia, RUSHA. See, nobody's home right here. I don't want to trade that. CMI. Okay, we do have some liquidity here, but it's $15. My limit's 10. If I go under 10, This one works, except it's like 2/3 extrinsic value, 688 on 870. I'm not going to do CMI. HMC. Oh, here we go. Lots of liquidity. Tons of liquidity. No extrinsic value right here. Delta 97. That's crazy. I like HMC. All right, let's go look at OVTLYR's HMC. Tell me about HMC. Oh, it's Honda. I didn't know that. OVTLYR's positive expectancy of 1098. The back test shows 2960. Tons of liquidity right here. 6,000. 10 cents wide. Absolutely. Give me that. Go on my other screen. I type in HMC. April 19th. This is the April 19th. 35 calls. Really cheap. When they're really cheap, be sure you're getting a right position size, right? So let's say HMC. And let's say, for example, your account's 400,000, right? HMC, 217 contracts, right? That's with a 5% risk, 80% delta, 217. I'm not saying you should do this. You do what you want, but that is an appropriate position size, okay? Give me 1 second here. HMC is currently trading at what? 37.71. Take a look at their chart. Just curious. Yeah. Moon. Let's go. HMC, April 19th, 35 calls. Get the right position size. Hang on. That's weird. It's working better over here than it is over there. Google Finances. It's giving me errors on my other screen. Okay, either way. HMC, April 19th, 35 calls. Get the right position size. See where we can get filled. 267 is mid price. Let's try 269. Not filled. Replace that. Try 271. Let that work for a second. Dude, that's a lot. I know, right? So the way this works is it takes a look at the ATR value, and then it gives you a position size based on how big that ATR is, right? So for example, you can see G Diddy's ATR is like 5 times, over 5 times more. So you're getting 5 times less. That makes sense? You got it at 275. Okay, hang on. I set it, still working at 271. Sometimes you got to pay up, right? That's why we want liquidity. Try 273, filled. What's up? 273 was my fill price. All right. This is 322, trade number 1. Bought 419, HMC, Honda Motor Company. I have a friend that works at Toyota in the software division, and he would be very upset with me. This was what calls? 35 calls for 273. It's currently trading at 37.71. Okay. I'm gonna add this to my main list. We'll come back and mark up the chart in a minute. We got time. We're in no rush. We got time. He's never done 200 contracts before. There's a first for everything, my friend. All right, let's get out of not get out of, but let's move on from HMC to AIT. Nobody's home here. Okay. SLGN. Nobody's here. This is going to be the last one. NNI. And I mean, there's only 20 traded here. Or I shouldn't say traded, 20 open interest here. So yeah, there's just the one in HMC today. So we're out of Coop. We're out of PFG. Drop those off my main list. Let's go mark up HMC. I do this every day before I'm done because I want to ensure that I know the very next time I trade this, where am I going to get out? Right? Where am I going to get out? So let's take a look first at the behavioral heat map because we're currently at G28. Now my rule is if it's greater than G15 to 20, I want to go 5 points higher. So G33 is 5 points higher than G28. So I'm going to add a note here. Okay. Now, this is considerably tomorrow, Monday. The low of that will definitely be better than a half ATR, certainly a lot better than the 10 EMA. So I'm going to put it at yesterday's low, which is at 37.61. Entry price, 37.71. Plus 1 ATR. So the current ATR value is 52. So we'll say 37.71 plus 0.52 is 38.23. Which is right on top of the other one. That was annoying. Say again. All right. And then the second ATR is 38.75. All right. So I know what to do with this. Let's take a look at Microsoft. This is when I said keep an eye on. Oh, this is cool. When you see an order block being built and it closes above, don't worry about it. That's good. That's the support that you want to see. So this will actually be there until it comes back down. And I don't know when that's going to be. I want to look at Microsoft because that was one we talked about earlier this week. And that was also one that Minervini's trading. Day was that? March 20th. Like I said, I didn't get into this one because the options prices were too expensive for me. It's up $4 already. That's a sweet one. Let's go back to GPS. That's my phone falling out of my pocket. All right, GPS was one that Goran had been trading up 24% in a handful of days. Would it be at an exit point today? Now, this is one that, like I say, I know I would have traded it. It fits my criteria 100%. But I was at the Magic Kingdom. Sometimes that happens. So today's heat map is G13. So I would not be exiting yet. I'd be waiting for it to hit G15 to G20, somewhere in there. So I would still be holding on to GPS had I traded it. Pretty sweet. I don't think were there any other stocks y'all want to take a look at? I'll give y'all just a second in the chat to type it out, and then we can bounce. Let's look at Allstate real quick. Since John Louis said he got back in. Oh yeah, for sure. But look, this got we got out right here-ish. You never know when it's going to bounce like that, right? Of course, right? We can Monday morning quarterback and look at it and say, oh man, if I had only held on to it, right? And this is one of those things that I talk about, why Trading in the Zone is one of my all-time favorite books. Because yeah, it may be up today, but it's just as likely as it could have been down by that much. Just as likely. And you wouldn't be saying, oh man, right? If it were down here, you'd be saying, oh, thank God. And that's how you have to treat trading, right? You don't know where it's going to go. You have no idea. So you let it run, just like GPS did. You let it run until you get to an exit point. And when you get to an exit point, like PFG, you get out. Like Coop, you get out before it gets worse. Somebody is in the Discord. Yorn's in at 280. You're flying and putting this in. Multitasking. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you all so much for coming to today's OVTLYR Trading Room. Current positions are 2 of them, G Diddy and HMC. Otherwise, that's the only 2 I have on. So we'll see where they go. Of course, you want to cut your loser short, let your winners run out of control. I love that phrase. I don't know where I heard it from, but I'll take credit for it. You want to cut your loser short and let your winners run out of control. That's my official phrase now. Y'all have an incredible weekend. See you right back here on Monday. Talk soon.